All right, welcome back to day 21 of 30 of my talking to the camera journey. And today I wanted to speak on a culmination of some of the topics I've been speaking on the past few days, which is going back to this concept of identity and being in order to do and have the things that identity typically falls into. And I was reflecting on this again. A download came to me this morning on why is it that when you make a claim for some aspiration or identity of a type of person you want to be, that you'll feel all riled up in the moment. You'll feel inspired, you'll feel motivated, but then all of a sudden, the next day rolls around and it's completely gone. It's like, it's tough mudding, hard to get motivated again, hard to do those things that you were doing so effortlessly after you made claim for who you were going to step into, as far as that version of yourself that you were going to align with. And the word came to me: repetitions, the lack of repetitions. What do I mean by that? It's when you claim that you are now going to be this type of person, that you are going to be a gym goer or a content creator or a better whatever it may be. And you say it to yourself, emotionally charged in that moment, feels good, drives your next actions, but then that's it. Like, you don't repeat that to yourself, you don't write it down somewhere, you don't continue to expose yourself to that idea. Then it's very easy to let the busyness of the day, of content you're exposed to on social media, or things that people are having conversations about in work around you, to steep into your conscious mind and crowd out that idea you had before. And then when the day beats you down and you get tired, you forget about that vision, you forget about that identity. And it's very easy to go back to that old version of yourself because you forgot. Now, the repetitions. Why is that so important? So I was reflecting on this diagram here, which I got back in 2017. It was a life-changing conference I went to known as the Paradigm Shift event by Bob Proctor. Rest in peace to that man. And this concept here is essentially showing this here is a stick figure that represents the mind. You have your conscious mind up here, your subconscious here, and then your body. So when we talk about repetitions, it's the idea of, let's talk on identity, the self-image you're looking to embody. You introduce that idea and it flows into your conscious. It's positive, right? And it's enough in that moment, if it's emotionally charged enough, to seep down into your subconscious. And if it makes it here, it'll naturally make it down into your body and move you into action. So the be and then do leads you in that direction. The problem that happens is, as that idea enters, there's all these other ideas you're exposing yourself to if you're not being aware of it and being specific and intentional about what you're absorbing versus what you're not, which is why it's so important, I find, to absorb only information related to the type of identity that supports the type of identity you're looking to take on. If you're hearing negativity around you happening, the doubts, the fears, the insecurities that say you can't be that person or you're not capable, then what will happen is the negative thoughts and ideas will continue to enter your conscious without you realizing it. And you forgot to keep implanting the idea of who you were wanting to become. So now you're getting more negative. And next thing you know, that next day comes along, you completely forgot about that vision. And you're doing things now as a byproduct of the thoughts that you didn't even want to incorporate. So when it comes to repetition, why it's so important to continue to entertain that idea of who you are and claim it with authority, not aspiring this or eventually this. It's more so, no, I am this now. And the more that you can repeat that, one, repeat it to yourself in the morning, repeat it to yourself at night, record voice messages of you talking about the type of person you're going to be and the type of things you do. Write it down, put it up, sticky notes on your mirror, your wall, whatever it may be. Journal about it daily. Because if you don't do it daily, what's going to happen is all of these other thoughts from the past that have culminated over time of who you used to be, they're still there. It's still there because however old you are, you might have lived with those same thoughts, ideas, and habits for the past 10 years. So it's tough to just completely uproot it in a moment's notice. So you have to get the repetitions in and remind yourself of who you are. So that was a very important reflection I had this morning when I was thinking about it, because this week's been off to a really great start. Really neat things happening, exposed to different opportunities, exposed to different conversations and networking with people that I typically wouldn't, simply because in my head, I'll get into these patterns at times of my old self of putting certain people without realizing it on a pedestal and being like, no, I'm not quite at the level where it makes sense for us to connect. And that's absolute wrong thinking. And I know it's absolute insane. So when that was coming up, I was realizing, wait a second, why is it that I tend to fall back into that thought habit? And it came down to repetition. So something to reflect on. This has been day 21 of my 30-day talking to the camera journey. If you get something from this, hope you do. Enjoy it. Gives you something to think about, something to implement into your life. And if it helps you, drop a comment, let me know. Otherwise, until tomorrow, where we get into day 22 and keep this rolling. Thanks for listening.